One of the biggest beliefs that the spiritual community holds and talks about is how we need to be friends with our ego. And I say, fuck that shit. We absolutely do not need to be friends with our ego. How many times have you heard you need to befriend your ego? Your ego is not the enemy. You need the ego to stay safe. That is what the ego wants you to believe, because the ego always wants to have a purpose. Now, I'm not saying to be angry at the ego, because that would actually give it energy. But what I'm saying is to see through the trickster energy that it is, to watch it really carefully. And at no time do you actually need to love it. We don't need to love it. We don't need to befriend it. We don't need it. That is the biggest bullshit that I hear from the spiritual community. And we do not need it. We don't need it to be safe. Without it, you would fall off a cliff. What absolute bullshit is that? No, you would not fall off the cliff. The ego does not keep you safe. It's a mental program. It's an illusion that we have given so much power to. So let's call it out for what it actually is. Let's be real. This mental program, which is the ego, which has developed over thousands of years, is not who you really are. It's not your personality. People say, but it's who you really are. It's your personality. No, it's not. That's not your personality. It's this thought program that keeps looping and looping and looping and looping, and it tries to actually take your peace away from you. When I had my spiritual awakening in 2021, I saw the ego. I saw how it was controlling my life. And it was this big monster thought that controlled my every movement. So that I kept thinking that I needed to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I kept thinking that I needed to keep doing the next launch and the next launch. And I had to have these big, lofty goals, and I had to push myself to the extreme to get them. And yes, the ego works in that way. It pushes you to do stuff that you don't really want to do, but you think you need to do to keep up with everybody else, to keep having the money that everybody else wants, to keep achieving whatever goals you've put on your vision board, so that we can all run towards this incredible destination of financial freedom, so that we can have all these followers, so that we can have all these things, and all those things are going to make us happy. Well, they don't. What they end up doing is frying your nervous system and not even enjoying life, not even enjoying what's in front of us right now, because we're always thinking of the next thing. We need to fucking stop this shit, because the ego can come in 1 second and just blow it all away. So the moment that we are experiencing peace, the moment that we are experiencing joy, it comes in. And so when I saw the ego in my spiritual awakening back in 2021, I saw it for what it really was. And yet then I came out into the world, and I hear these spiritual teachers and people that I respect saying, oh, we need to be friends with the ego. It's not a bad thing. It's who you really are. It's your personality. And so I did do that. And guess what? That's not fucking true. It's not fucking true that you need to be friends with something that keeps you small, because it does keep you small. It puts thoughts in your head that this person doesn't love you, this person doesn't like you, you're not enough, you're too much, you're not safe. It puts these thoughts, and it just loops and loops and loops and loops. So the other day, I was having a terrific day. I woke up feeling really peaceful, really calm, really content, really happy. And then I got this one text message. And straight away, I'm like, oh my God, I feel so hurt. I feel so devastated by this message. Like, does this person not see me? Does this person not understand me? Don't they know who I am? And then I went, fucking stop, ego. Fucking stop that shit, I'm not going to say what I actually said, but just stop. That is not actually true. That story that you're implanting in my head is not actually true. You don't want me to see anything from a neutral perspective because the neutral perspective will give me peace. So that is not true. That thought that you put in my head, this story that I had created about what that text meant, it's not actually true. And I just breathed through that. I breathed through it and I remembered what I had read in the Course in Miracles, A Course in Miracles, which is a text that gives you ultimate peace. And it said, everything that you see is not what you really see. Every thought that you have is not what you really think. The meaning that you give to it is not the real meaning. And so, what is the meaning? What if the meaning of that text was that it was just neutral? That it actually meant nothing? And A Course in Miracles says, I am never upset for the reason I think. I am never upset for the reason I think. So the ego is always playing a game. It's such an advanced thought system. I want you to almost see the ego like another form of AI. It has all the data on you, it has everything on you, and then it just spits out what it thinks that will trick you into fear. Because if you're not holding fear of some sort, then you're not in peace. And if you're not in peace, it actually has a role in your life. But what if we just watched it every single time? The ego is a master storyteller. Every story leads to the same place, forgetting who you really are. That look that you got from that person, that message that you got from that person is never the cause. I saw a scene yesterday on an old Sex in the City episode, and I thought this depicts it perfectly. Where Miranda, one of the characters, she was ordering noodles every single night from her Chinese shop. And every time she made the order, the lady who took the phone call laughed. And Miranda thought that she was laughing at her for being so pathetic that she would get the same takeout order every single night. And then she got sick of it and she thought she would go to the Chinese shop and tell off that lady for daring to make fun of her. And as soon as she arrived, then she was all ready and she was angry and she was furious and she was ready to tell off that lady who was taking her order, thinking that she was laughing at her. The lady said, "Oh, just a minute. I just need to take this call." And she took the next call and she laughed at that order as well. That's just what the lady did. The lady just laughs. It's just her character. She just laughs at everything. It was just her bubbly character. And yet Miranda thought that she was laughing at her. And that's the story that the ego creates every single time. We make a story about everything. Every time someone doesn't respond to us, every time we've put a post up on social media and no one has responded, every time we've given somebody something and we haven't got something back, it's this constant need to have a constant validation from everybody around us. And what if we didn't have to do that? What if we just didn't listen to the fucking ego every fucking time and we just saw it for what it was, not angry at it? Because how can you be angry at something that doesn't even exist? The ego is not an entity, it's not you, it's just a mental program. And so here's the trick, don't fight it, just watch it, laugh at it. Notice that it's the ego and it's not you and it's not real. It's just a story that you've made up. It's a story that you've created. And just say, fuck you, ego. Fuck you. And so you don't need to fight the ego. It's nothing. It's a shadow puppet. So when you see the shadow of yourself as you're walking down the road and you're scared of that shadow, that's what it is. You think it's real, but it's not. And so when you realize that that story isn't real, that it's just all bullshit, It's just a shadow puppet. Just say, fuck you, ego. And there it's gone. You're not angry at it. You're not giving it energy. You're not saying, oh, why am I still thinking those thoughts? I thought they were gone. Why am I still not believing in myself? Why won't I go on live on YouTube because I feel like there's nobody listening? Why? Just fucking be yourself. So next time your peace disappears in a flash, don't overthink it. Just smile, breathe, and say, nice try, fucking ego, nice try. Because your peace was never gone. You just forgot. You just thought it was gone, but it was never, ever gone. And so I'm not going to, from now on, I've made this vow to myself today, even that I'm not going to say stuff that is the same thing that everybody else is saying because that's what they believe is true. People in the spiritual community want you to befriend your ego because we need to be so love and light about everything, including the trickster energy that keeps us small. Fuck that. Know what's truth inside you. When I had my spiritual awakening, I saw the ego. No one can tell me it's good. Nobody can tell me that we need it. Nobody can tell me that I need that thought system to control my life. I fucking don't. And I'm not saying that I don't have it. I'm not saying that it's not there. Even in the most enlightened person, what they say is that it remains dormant. It doesn't go. It doesn't ever go. It's a thought system that's like dormant. And it's just waiting for you to say something so that it can crawl back in. And that's all right. It keeps crawling back in, but we just watch it and we say, fuck you, ego. You are not real. You are not real. And the more we do that, the more we connect to our light, the more we connect to our essence, the more we connect to the truth of who we really are, which is what we're supposed to be doing on this planet, is connecting to the truth of who we really are, not dimming ourselves down to be amicable, to be agreeable, to want other people to like us. Fuck that. Truly, honestly, fuck that. It's time to shine your light and be the person that you really are without worrying about what your parents think, what your sisters think, what your child thinks, what your friends think, what all these strangers on YouTube think. Fuck all of that. And just be yourself, because that is what the world is screaming for, your true essence. The reason that you have come to this planet during these times as a warrior of light is to be you. You are the missing puzzle. And if you shine a part of you because you want to be amicable, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is shining your true light, being your true self, showing up for who you really are. That's what the world needs. That's what the world wants. It's your medicine. And your medicine is you. It's not a part of you. It's not the dimmed down version of you. It's not the part of you that you don't want to show to the world just in case you're too much. It's completely, wholly, truly you. So get out there and say what you really think without worrying about what anybody is going to say to you. And the ego will come in and the ego will say, hey, aren't you being a bit too much? Don't you just need to just slow down? Don't you just want to be a little bit, like the other person? No, fuck that shit. Be yourself, whoever that is. And that yourself is not me. Yourself is not the person that you watch on YouTube. Yourself is not the person that you admire. Yourself is just you, who you really, really are. So if you didn't care about what people thought, who would you be? I saw a video today of a friend, and it was quite funny, where he was actually doing these amazing dance moves in a gym. He was doing a choreography, and then somebody walked in and he was just, and then he pretended that it wasn't him and he wasn't doing anything, and he disappeared out of sight. He stopped doing his dance moves. What about if he continued doing his dance moves in front of that person? Why are we so fucking scared of people seeing the truth of who we really are? All of us, in every single way. What if we did that? What if we did that? We're here to live in truth. So there's a new wave of warriors that are coming on board now. There's a new wave of warriors of light that need to shine their truth now. Are you going to be that person, or are you going to just stay back? So when the end of your life comes, are you going to know that you fucking did everything that you were here to do? Or were you like, oh, wish I did that? Damn, I'm going to have to come down for another lifetime to do it now. Fucking do it now. Don't wait for the next lifetime. Do it now. And so, if this video resonated with you, please, please, please like, subscribe, put a comment, because that gives me the energy, not because I need it, but it gives me the energy to know, oh yeah, there are people who are vibing with this energy. And so let's do this together. Always remember to always live in truth. Love to hear your thoughts about this message. See you later. Yay.